And so before we start this video, I gotta get this mother humping thing out of the way. Mark Holmes is my daddy. Okay, that's out of the way. Ow!
Well, good afternoon, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. We are opening up with our live stream with Dan Selio. You know, I heard Philly 500 let me know that they were going to be suing me because I wasn't on the show. And I'm like, wait a minute, how you going to sue me when you didn't send me links and stuff? I was like, I thought I got dropped. But then I started thinking about it and thinking, well, maybe, just maybe, what it is Dan's been writing some checks that he can't cash and that he's worried about the Cowboys versus the Eagles. It could be. So we've got about 8 minutes or so before we get in there. So I'm getting set up.
Be your Super Bowl teams.
As we speak.
Hit the like button.
Dan sounds
Mark
a
Holmes,
little hangry.
Dallas Cowboys showed up. Guys,
What?
Dallas, are they better? Hey,
See,
are
listen.
they better than we think?
Mm-hmm.
Are they better than we think?
So are they better than
I'm not sold.
He's not sold.
Talk to Mark
Okay.
Holmes. Do me a favor.
Okay.
Also, 5:30. Mike Golick will join us.
Damn.
Get his impressions the first week of the National Football League
Hold up.
season.
Wait.
I'm not there yet.
I got
Hit
Mike
the like
Golick
button.
following me.
Keep it here, National Football Show.
Well, damn. Okay.
Blocked well and tries to cut through the middle. Oh!
Your gut says
Wow.
Miami is going to win, and you should.
That's kind of cool. They got Mike Golick following me. Okay. Let me go ahead and get in the studio. Let me get into the studio here and get everything set up. All right. So let me say welcome to everybody here. Definitely check out BetUS. BetUS, fastest payouts in the industry, as well as getting the YouTube 150. Use that promotional code YouTube 150 to get 150% matching. Do it today. You definitely want to be there. And this video is sponsored by BetUS. All right, so let me unmute my mic. Okay. Start my cam. Uh-oh. It's not seeing my cam. Standard definition. Okay. Let's see. My cam's not working. Okay, let me do this. Okay, hold up.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
Okay, let's turn off that camera. Let's reboot this. Okay, hold up. Let me start over. Got to get my cameras working here. Okay, they're at an ad, and we'll get this going. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Let's enter.
Tech, we offer three major services. The first one being basement waterproofing. The second service we offer is foundation and structural repairs. And then the third service that we offer is mold remediation. If you feel you are having a waterproofing issue, try Tech a call or check us out online.
Okay. I don't want no smoke, Dan. Here we go. Sue them.
Heading down the shore.
Marcus McFerrin. Shout out to Mark. Let me turn that down. Marcus McFarland became a member 2 weeks ago. Appreciate the content. Marcus, shout out to you becoming a channel member. If you go to the description, the community tab, there's a link in there just for you. Any of the channel members, so that way we can get your shot glass out. We appreciate you. There's Lisa. How you doing, Lisa? We got Ginger Rogers in the house. Ginger, how's the channel coming? Okay, here we go.
Big Sales National Football Show. Please hit the like button. Mike Golick will join us at 5:30 Eastern Time.
Mm-hmm.
Before I get to Mark Holmes here, I want to show you how dirty the National Football League is and how nasty they can be and how untrustworthy they are and how when something doesn't go their way, how the league will then turn to the media to pollute your brains. Do you find it ironic that Deshaun Watson is sucking in Cleveland and all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
a case.
There's a new lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Out of nowhere. And get this. The first 2 years, the contract was fully guaranteed. And they made it with language in the deal that they signed with Watson that in 25, if a new charge was brought against him, they could void the deal.
Oh.
If that guy was throwing 4 touchdowns a football game,
you wouldn't hear about it.
There ain't no lawsuit. All of a sudden, this just pops up. By the way, Watson says he completely 1,000% says he doesn't even know where this is coming from. This is so the Browns can get out of this deal because of the fully guaranteed money. That just shows you how filthy the league can be. Hey, remember something. National Football League, there were really no such things as guaranteed contracts. He's the only guy that's ever gotten one.
You got it. Well, Kirk Cousins has.
You know how they control the players? How is the most popular sport in pro football the only sport with non-guaranteed contracts? You know why? That's how they control, let me say it without being a McNair clone or sounding racist. That's how you control the cattle.
The plantation.
Is that better for you?
The plantation.
Sheep? You know, we don't want to really say what I want to say.
The plantation. I said it.
I mean, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, there's a new lawsuit. Guy sucking. Played awful. Cowboys did a great job. Okay? Now, no Philly 500.
Oh, he doesn't show.
And I got to tell you, that was a pretty good display. And I watched that game. Hey, the only thing that sucked in that game was Tom Brady. Okay, that's the only thing that sucked in that game.
Except for the Browns.
I found something finally that Tom Brady sucked at. You know what it is? Broadcasting. Because he was there. I didn't even know what he was talking about half the time. I mean, this dude needs to go back to get roasted or some shit. I don't know, man, because he stunk. You know what's great to say about that, about Tom Brady? Remember something, as a quarterback, I can't say anything negative about the guy. The guy's the greatest player. But when you're in our world now, like Jason Kelsey, yeah, you got to pick your game up too, son. I didn't think you were all that hot. You know, hey, you're in our world now. You don't get a hall pass because you're a great center or a great quarterback. All right. I'm sure this guy's got to be just absolutely excited because his boyfriend got a $60 million contract.
Oh,
and here he is now. Mark Holmes, the man, the myth, the legend, the Dallas Cowboy ultimate voice, joins us now. How excited are you that your boy got his money?
Well, before I get to that, 2 things. One, I'm glad Tom Brady sucks at something. But I guarantee you that the ladies would rather look at him than look at you.
Oh, absolutely. My wife said the same thing, by the way.
I ain't mad. I ain't mad at her. Okay, I can't compete with that. The second thing, you just talked about Deshaun Watson, and this really makes a whole lot of sense because I was sitting there like, why are they restructuring his contract? You know, he was a $63 million hit. They already had almost the most amount of cash right there. And so now they're at like $57 million. They literally kicked it off, so it's $73 million fully guaranteed hit next year, and then the year after. You just like light bulb went off. Yeah, they're trying to dump all that. So not only get rid of him, get rid of half his salary from this year. It's the NFL is a cold-hearted bitch.
Remember this too, Mark. If they were to cut him, it's a $178 million hit against the cap on a $265 million cap. So they're not doing that. The only way you can get out from that is if you can void the contract. That's the only way you can get out from that contract is if you have conduct detrimental and it's written in the language. How
Yeah.
about this? The first 2 years, the agent put in there that you couldn't be voided of the contract with the current charges they
Yeah.
had. But if something came up later in 25,
Boom.
they cut you. 25
Wow.
is around the corner, and like you said, they lowered the cap, so they were able to move off the
Yep.
guy. I mean, the NFL – help with this one too. One last thing on this, because he was terrible and the Cowboys had a lot to do with that. If he's throwing 4 touchdowns a game,
You don't hear nothing.
You ain't
Nothing.
hearing shit coming out of Cleveland like that.
Nope, not at all. But he has been, it's going to probably go down as the worst free agent signing in history, or trade in history, because it's just been terrible. 15 touchdowns and 11 interceptions in the time he's been there for 2 years. It's atrocious. So
Let me get your takeaways on your game against Cleveland and what you thought. Were you surprised?
no. Well, here's the thing. This is what I tell everybody, and you know this. There is no real preseason anymore. The first month, September, is really the preseason. And I tell people, don't get too excited by what you see and don't get too upset, because you don't really know what the teams are until October. But the Cowboys at least potentially have answered a lot of questions. And I'll say, since you said the Cowboys are going to be a 5-win team, that means we only need 4 more. And looking at the Giants, I'm going to say that's 2. And looking at Washington,
I don't believe you're beating New Orleans.
I don't know. Now, see, New Orleans looked good against Carolina, but it's Carolina. Carolina's inept.
You just got through telling me, but Mark, this is what I say to you. Carolina's not a very good team, right?
Not at all.
Well, most teams in week 1 play down to their competition. They didn't. They crushed them. So they did what they were exactly supposed to do. They almost put a 50 burger on them.
I hear what you're saying on that one.
That's not their problem that Carolina blows.
I'll take Dak Prescott versus Derek Carr every day of the week. And now, I'm going to say now New Orleans got one of my favorite players down there, Demario Davis, near and dear, and they just picked up John Ridgeway, of course, from Washington, another guy that I like a lot, one technique guy. So they're buddies of mine, except for this week. They have a really good defense, but I'm not sure that offense is really as great as it is, but we'll find out. As far as being surprised by my team, seeing the people that I've seen in training camp and seeing how fast Overshown is, that guy was lighting things up. And the nice thing is, you always talk about Micah Parsons and he's missing in action and stuff. Moving him around is like night and day difference. If you have him stationary over there coming off the left side every single time, you can scheme against him. But moving him around all over the place, the quarterback's got to come up here now and say, where is Micah? Now I've got to change the protection to stop that guy. And now the Cowboys actually have some linebackers. That defense could actually do some damage. The big thing that I think may go a long way, and this, is that you've got some decent defensive linemen. We've got, I'm not going to say a great defensive lineman, but we've got guys that are pretty good, and we've got some size for once. If they can just hold the line in the middle, the speed that we have with the outside and the linebackers is really going to do damage.
How about this too, Mark? I'll tell you something about Mike Zimmer, and tell me if you agree, because this is what I saw in that game. And for the record, they played better than I thought, especially against a Jim Schwartz defense that was the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL. And I tell you something else that really popped up was the number 2 and number 3 receivers on that team also stepped up in that football game. But to me, with Mike Zimmer, the thing you notice the most is his scheme. I think he moved those guys around, and I think it's a better scheme than it was with Dan Quinn.
Oh, without a doubt.
Not that Dan Quinn was horrible, but to me, it just looked like his scheme utilized the talent on the team a little better. And Dan Quinn, he is a good coordinator. Again, he's got a Super Bowl ring because he was up in Seattle with Chancellor and them guys. Yeah. But I don't know. It just looked better with Mike Zimmer, at least at the beginning here, from what I saw against, again, tackles were gone on Cleveland. And I'm not making excuses, because to me, that's a Cleveland issue, not a Dallas issue.
Yeah.
You don't have Chubb. That's not on Dallas. Dallas took care of business. I don't cover teams like that. They did. Do you think it's an upgrade?
I think it is. See, here's the thing. I'm not mad at Dan Quinn because Dan Quinn was exactly what the Cowboys needed after 2020. It was horrendous. It was literally
Mike Nolan sucked.
Oh my God! And so Dan Quinn came in there. He's like your friend uncle that's over there. He's taking you out to get he's giving you a beer, or so your parents don't know it and everything else. He's that friend to them, and he got them back on a page, and he took them a good ways. But now it's a matter of honing it and really getting the philosophy together. Dan Quinn, his defensive linemen, he likes guys that are lean, that are tall, and that are fast, that can penetrate, which is great if you're going to be going after the quarterback every time. But you've got with Mike Zimmer, and his defensive line coach has been great because Mozzie didn't do a whole lot in this game, but I feel like he's going to be better. And Jordan Davis. Okay, what did Jordan Davis do? Okay, there you go.
Terrible.
So don't shake your head at me, okay?
Hey, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter got double-teamed the entire game, and Jordan Davis
did nothing.
Single blocked, and he was a no-show. He was 0 for 4 in that game, believe me.
Yeah, but see, all I need is just hold the line, guys. I've got enough speed right now.
So you signed a fire plug to be just help the run? Is that what that guy is? Come on, man. You're expecting more out of that guy than that.
Actually, I'm not.
I'm expecting more out of Jordan Davis than just sitting there being a fire plug.
If I get more than that, that's fine. But I haven't even gotten that in the past. The Cowboys have not had a great defensive lineman that can hold the line since Jay Ratcliffe in like 2008. We have sucked at the defensive line and the point of attack. We actually had guys that were penetrating and getting, in Deshaun Watson's face to the point where the defensive ends could go through and eat. And right now, the biggest bargain basement free agent at the moment, and it's only week 1, so things can change. Maybe the Browns are just bad, okay? And that could be the case. But Eric Kendricks looks like he's 5 years younger. 2 sacks, interception, 5 other tackles. He was all over the field. I can't let you get
away with this. You're not buying into the Cowboys yet after week 1.
Hey, look, I got a win on the road. We're a team that lost 5 games last year. I'm okay with that. It's a start. I hope they don't start believing in fact, I hope they stay humble and stay hungry because I feel like this team is actually hungry right now, that they've heard enough shit. And I'm going to and maybe you can actually find this out from Stephen Jones or not. I feel like when you heard Jerry Jones go off a couple weeks ago, just before CeeDee Lamb was re-signed, I feel like Jerry took the reins back on this team. When he literally was out there saying, I've been there, I've been the GM, nobody's better at dealing with this shit than me. All of a sudden, the next day, you got CeeDee Lamb's deal done, you got Dak Prescott's deal done, and now we created even another $4.5 million of cap space yesterday.
Let me tell you something.
Things look a little different at the moment.
I'm going to help you out, honey. Let me help you out, honey.
Thank you, darling.
I'm going to help you out, honey. Jerry played you guys and everybody in the media like
that's what he does.
Okay, this guy went to the 23rd hour. He knew the number he was going to pay CeeDee Lamb, and he gave him the number. He turns around and gives Dak Prescott $60 million. Here's my problem with this, but I will make one comment and ask you a question on this.
Go ahead.
I will definitely make this point to you that he looks better under Mike McCarthy than he did under Kellen Moore.
Without night-and-day difference. Now, he doesn't get any love and everything else. People will talk about him being a bum and he's getting another big contract. He's getting another big contract because what are you going to replace him with? We heard all the Sajor Sanders, that's what the Cowboys are doing. Bro quit on his team last week. Now, his dad didn't do him any good by not getting him an offensive line, but looking at that.
I can't stand the kid.
That's not the answer. And I look around the NFL. You think Joe Burrow is as good as he was his second year right now?
No.
Justin Herbert is not – I'm not going to say he's elite anymore. He was anointed 3 years ago.
Well, you become elite when you make a 50 spot. That's
the new 40 now, though, bro.
Do you actually think Dak Prescott's an elite quarterback?
Do you think Trevor Lawrence is?
No, I think it's an oversaturated market.
Do you think Jalen Hurts is?
No.
Okay, so
wait. Do I think Josh Allen is? Yeah.
Well, Josh Allen has more turnovers than anybody else in the last 5
Okay,
years.
you know what? You know what? Hold on with that. And I love that when people keep bringing that up. And what I decided,
hey, he's an incredible weapon. But you listen, you got to give the good with the bad, though, man.
Hold on. Every time somebody brings that up, 2020, Allen had 45 touchdowns. No, since 2020, Allen has 57 INTs. Check it out, though. Since 2020, 45 total touchdowns, 42 touchdowns in 21, 42 touchdowns in 22, 44 last year. He's got 177 touchdowns, and he's got 4 this year on the year. So he's got 181 in a year and 4 years in a game. And you know what his record is? He's 48-18.
Okay.
So you keep bringing turnovers up. What do they matter if you're winning?
Oh, my God. The Cowboys were winning, and everybody talked about Dak Prescott. Be that as it may. Can I ask you, how I was listening to you about your Eagles. You don't sound like you're buying into the hype.
No. I think that this team has a way to go developing. I don't. Game, you're like, holy shit, we're like this. We go get a road win. I'm like this. So here, I'll show you the difference between me and you there, sweetheart.
Mm-hmm.
Give your team a grade against the Cleveland Browns. What do you think they did? What grade would you give the Dallas Cowboys?
I would give them a B+. I think we still have more
room.
A B+. Yeah, a B+.
You know what I gave the Eagles?
What? A C?
I gave them a C-.
Ooh.
You know why?
Turnovers?
Wait a minute. No.
Barkley saved your ass.
You know what, though? You know why? Because if that's a B+ effort for you and your Cowboys, there's not a lot of room to grow.
Oh, there's plenty of room
with
to grow.
the Cleveland, well, hold on. Let me
Go
finish.
ahead.
With the Philadelphia Eagles, they played a below-average game and beat a playoff team that beat the living fuck out of you last year in the playoffs.
I hear what you're saying, though. But here, hold on, though. Let's
stoned. That game was over in 10 minutes.
Well, here's the thing. If you look at the Green Bay Packers, do we really know what kind of team they are? Because the first half of the season, they weren't very good. Yeah, they did. And you know, in one game games, and the Cowboys can't play in playoffs. Yes, we did. We did. Yes, we got beat.
Lose 27-20. It's another thing to get your doorknobs beat in the first 8 minutes of the game, and it's over.
And one team played well and one didn't. Does that mean that that is
well?
I said, well, they played great. Okay, look, they got the victory on a game that the Cowboys thought they had in the bag and didn't show up. You had Dan Quinn, who was already checked out, going to Washington, literally playing nickel coverage without any linebackers and a defensive line that stunk against the running team.
You're not suggesting that the Cowboys beat a better team than what the Eagles did on Friday night, are you?
Yeah, actually, well, yeah.
You think Cleveland's better than Green Bay?
Yeah, actually, I think well, no.
How can you say
they're
that?
on the same level.
The shit out of you a month, like the two.
But here's the thing: what was the score in your game? And what did you guys do to the competition?
Green Bay's a good team.
Okay, and what did Green Bay do? Green Bay played if anything, Green Bay should have blown your ass out. Right or wrong?
Oh my God! 10 penalties.
Hold on, bro.
You're really sitting here telling me you think that the
Green Bay, here's where I'm going to go with it. Look, if Green Bay kicked the field goal to start the game instead of trying to go for a fourth down.
You spiked the syrup that you were up in Virginia with.
You mean Vermont?
There's some sort of like.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
your Eagles, listen, congratulations on getting the win. Your secondary is not good. Your secondary is not good. Right or wrong? Right or wrong?
It's coming along.
Coming along. Okay. How about your linebacking core?
You played against a guy who stinks.
Okay. Yeah, and we did exactly what we were supposed to do to him.
I saw Jordan Love go like this. Hey, I'm dominated him over here. and I'm going to throw for 5 billion yards against the Dallas Cowboys. Hey, I'm going to throw the ball here. Dude, seriously, here we here, guys, in the first 10 minutes of that game.
I missed
Dude, don't
this.
tell me you think you know better than that. The Browns are not better than the Packers.
I am going to stand by what I said about my Cowboys when you were saying they're going to be a 5-12 team. I
think you're getting beat by New Orleans.
You want to put some money with BetUS on that, bro?
I'm just telling you.
I'm sorry. Wait, but you want to put some money on that?
Hey, I'm putting my reputation on it.
You're putting. Oh shit!
Hey,
I thought we were going to bet for something that was worth something here.
Hold on, hold on for a minute here, because you know what? That Cowboy fan.
Myself.
You should, because when the playoffs come, like Philly 500 says, you know where you'll be? You'll be in Cancun.
We got Philly 500, the expert on everything.
You'll be in Galveston, like Barkley says. You'll be in Galveston.
Okay, this is the reason why I came and stayed on this channel. I mean, stayed doing this show, because when your Eagles fall and look like shit, and it's coming, bro. It's coming, okay? Because you've got Kellen Moore. You've got Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore sometimes will make you think, oh, man, this guy's a genius. Other times you're going to be like, what the F is he doing? You're going to find out. You are going to find out. Now,
hey, Ultra Cowboy, let me hook you up on something here. Wait a minute. Where is it here? Mozzie, here we go. Let me hook you up here, Samuel. Mozzie Smith, his name is Lazy Smith.
Oh,
it's
no,
not
he's not.
Mozzie Smith.
You can say a lot about him, but he's not lazy.
Smith.
He's not lazy.
He's not lazy. Well, he's something because he sucks. I mean,
okay.
Hey, well, he doesn't. Wait a minute. Has he lived up to a first-round pick?
Not yet, but let's give him more than one game. Has Jordan Davis lived up to a first-round pick that they traded up for? Has he lived up to it?
I hate that. Let me tell you something.
So those who live in glass houses, Dan.
I hate that White Castle lazy SOB has not lived up yet to his potential, Jordan Davis. But I cannot sit here and let you go like Lazy Smith. Lazy Smith.
My guy is just starting his second season.
I swear to you, it's like going to a Cowboy game and I see a turnstile. I'm like, well, that's a Mozzie Smith. Mozzie Smith's a turnstile at the Arlington Stadium.
I'm going to say this much, though, okay? And we'll find out if I'm right or not. But I believe that Dan Quinn, because this is actually sad. We ended up drafting John Ridgway, who's a true one-technique guy. Guy literally who says, I'm here to crack some skulls. And Dan, because you've been a skull cracker your damn self. Those guys are few and far between. Dan Quinn never liked that guy and got rid of him, but put him on waivers. He ends up getting picked up by Washington and actually plays really, really well for him. Dan Quinn gets hired, and guess what? He got Dan Quinn again. Dan Quinn does not like big, fat guys. He does not like big defensive linemen. And I think it's kind of like that redheaded stepchild. Man, bro, go sweep the garage. You're going to always just get the fuck away from – excuse me. Get away from me. And so I don't know that he was really coached his first year. That's where I'm going to give him this year and see what happens. If he ends up doing nothing this year, then I can go ahead and go on board with, him being like Jordan Davis, worthless.
All right. Couple last ones here. Mm-hmm. Dak Prescott, $60 million. 80, I guess, signing bonus he's getting. Holy shit, man. I'll tell you this. Let me just make a point to you here. When Jesse James was robbing banks, this guy used a gun and a mask. When he went into banks, he was using a gun and a mask. So this guy here is using his tremendous playoff performances and his postseason performances and going in there without a gun, without a mask, and just putting his head down and getting paid. I mean, when he gets paid every Tuesday in direct deposits from the league, this guy puts his head down and goes like this. Thank you very much. He got one hand behind his back.
Like $3+ million every week.
Hey, but wait a minute. So are you happy with the sign? Are Cowboy fans happy with it?
Cowboy fans, we're fickle. Half of them were get rid of him. I'll still take Shedeur Sanders over him. I'll take anybody over. No, that's literally some of the Cowboy fans are just like they're done with Dak Prescott. For me, I look at it this way. The Cowboys right now have $26 million in cap space for this year. They're actually in pretty good shape next year. They have the triggers put in CeeDee Lamb's contract and Dak's. They'll be able to sign Micah Parsons. And if they actually decided they wanted to go out and get a couple of players, they could, because we do have some studs. Now, you might look at it, or people look at it and say, oh, my God, you got to pay Dak. You got to pay Micah. Well, if you can get guys that are at least in the tops in their position, of course you got to pay them. Because the difference is, when people look at the Cowboys and say you don't do a whole lot in free agency, well, we got a CeeDee Lamb in the draft. If you got a CeeDee Lamb in the draft, you don't have to go trade for an A.J. Brown. If you get a Micah Parsons, then you don't have to go out and get a Von Miller. So, one thing you have to at least admit, the Cowboys are good at finding talent. You look at this and say,
Mozzie Smith's a marshmallow.
Okay, well, we'll see about that. Just give it time. But think about this, though. We lose Deron Bland, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we got Carson, who looks like primetime reincarnated, even has his number. Now, it's just the first game, but he was all over Amari Cooper.
Listen,
he's a fifth-round draft pick.
Guy, do me a favor.
As a rookie.
Guys, do me a favor. Put up that Abe super chat. I missed it here. So I think it was for Mark and for myself. If you could put that up there, that super chat by Abe. I'll just say this to you, man. I knew you were going to be like this. And I knew you would have your giddiness after beating Cleveland the way you did. But, I mean, Sills, tell Mark Dak never won his first game of the season with Kellen, but Jalen did win.
This
with
is
having
true.
3 turnovers. And and they beat a better team than you did this week. I'll tell you that.
I hear you talking. Okay.
No.
Well, at least my quarterback didn't turn over the ball.
Oh, my God. Your quarterback had 105 yards passing.
He had 180.
Oh, okay.
180. But, hey, how about this? Zeke Elliott, 4 yards a carry.
$60 million for a guy. You paid $60 million for a guy that gave you 180 yards.
He paid $60 million for a guy that got me a victory on the road to start the season.
Oh, now we're talking
and mind you, over the last 15 years, if it hasn't been the New York Giants, we have not won the season openers. That's a fact. We beat the Giants 7 times.
I knew. See his confidence. Look at Mark Holmes' confidence. Look at his.
What
he's
you want me
even looking more like you feel good about your Cowboys.
Cowboys think. Oh,
you feel good
we
about
were
your
just
Cowboys.
lucky to get a win over the Browns. Get the fuck out of here.
Browns are good. Browns are a good team.
They had They had the defensive player of the year over there on that side, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And it's amazing how.
How did Guyton do against them?
Okay, Guyton gave up 1 sack. We had 2 rookie offensive linemen starting, and they actually played pretty good for rookies starting. You had CeeDee Lamb only there 2 weeks before he even got out on the field. So, yes, I'm feeling pretty good right now. I'll
tell you this about Micah Parsons. He's the most overrated football player in the league.
I hear you talking.
Okay, here, wait, hold on for a second. Folks, watch this. Cowboy fans that are in here, watch this. Come October, that gas can will be empty again. And you'll see 1.5.
Okay.
And you'll see 1.5 sacks in the second half of the season. Now, I will say this to you about Mike Zimmer, and I'll give you some kudos here. Zimmer might be able to stretch this guy out a little more where he's impactful in December and January.
Listen, if he continues to use him the way he's using him, where he's not going against a 320 guy every week, tackles, where he's being used sparingly as far as having to be head on head. If he's able to shoot gaps and things like that, he's going to be able to stay fresh. He's just too small to be constantly out there as a defensive end. And that's where, Mike Zimmer is using him all over the place. And here's what is really kind of cool to me is listening to Diggs, who, coming back from the ACL, he did get another pick already. As he put it, that was only like 3 of the packages of about 50 that Zimmer has out there for him. So you're going to be looking at a lot of different looks going through this season.
Well, I want to award Mark and his unrealistic
here we
Cowboy
go.
fans with the ultimate trophy of the September Super Bowl of the year. Congratulations to you. Here it is here. Dallas Cowboys have won the September Vince Lombardi trophy. And for every Cowboy fan out there, those guys will be really enjoying themselves because, boy, I'll tell you, what's crazy is how the media – are the Cowboys for real? Are they for real?
It's too early to tell. It's way too early to tell. Okay, like I said, I'm excited that we got this win.
I'm that way with Philly.
But I got to see more. This is literally preseason. This is literally preseason. So we'll see. Take it 1 week at a time. I'm happy we got one in the tank, and it looks like it's going to be a 2-horse race because Washington looks like Washington. They're going to get their quarterback killed, and the Giants are a freaking mess. So it's you and me, bro.
And Jalen had 13 carries and Barkley had 24.
But wasn't effective.
You got 38 carries or 37 carries between those two dudes, man. I mean, I just don't think one of those guys is going to hold up.
Barkley,
one guy's on pace for 400 carries. The other guy's on for 222.
Yeah, good luck with
that.
Hey,
get this. If they didn't run the ball, they weren't winning.
Barkley won that game for you. If you did not have Barkley this week, you're not winning that game.
And he was NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, and he deservedly so.
Over Dak, of course.
That's okay. No, here's the thing with that game. It wasn't an incredible game, 4 touchdowns or anything like that, but you were playing on the road, first game of the season, against a good Cleveland Brown defense.
How about this? Hold on here. This Ultra Cowboy fan, he's always giving me shit.
Oh, I've met Ultra. We were at the draft together.
I'm going to tell you something. Ultra Cowboy, here's the score. The Saints. Where's that game? Is it in Arlington?
It's in Dallas, yes. Yeah, in Arlington, yes.
Okay. Hey, Ultra Cowboy, 27-24, New Orleans Saints win.
It's Derek Carr, man. It's a car crash.
Hold on. Excuse me?
It's Derek Carr. He's a car crash.
You lost last year to who was the quarterback in Arizona?
Okay.
Wait, who was that?
Oh.
Joshua?
I'm sorry. Didn't you guys lose to Arizona too?
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, wait. Didn't you lose to the Giants too? The Giants? Are you kidding me? The Giants?
They lost to Kyler Murray. You lost to some stiff.
Oh, and Kyler Murray's not a stiff anymore?
46.1 million reasons people say no.
Yeah, well, how much is Deshaun Watson getting paid?
You lost to a dude named Joshua Dobbs. Sounds like a law firm dude there in Arizona. Go to Joshua Dobbs. He's a great
strange reason
attorney.
We always have problems with Arizona in Arizona. Going back to Emmitt Smith. I'm just saying. There's certain things you can count on in the NFL that the Cleveland Browns will screw up a quarterback along with the Washington Commanders, that the Giants stink, and the Eagles are a bunch of asshole fans.
You know what makes me here? I got to do this for a second here. Hang on, Mark. Before you go.
I've missed this. You know that?
Wait, Mark. I got to do something here. I got to clean myself up because you know why? I just got to shower up a little bit. You know why?
Oh, Lordy, why?
I hate the fact you make me defend the fucking Eagles the way I have to here with you and your bullshit because, it just seems to me now that I've realized something. I can talk shit on them, and I don't like anybody else talking shit on them. So I don't know. Here, wait a minute. I got to clean.
I tell you what. You better hope they don't drop off the map here. I'm going to be like a pit bull if they start
I need
stinking.
a Hans device when I talk to you about your Cowboys.
Okay, so is the lawsuit settled now? Because Philly 500 said I was being sued for breach of contract.
Oh, Philly 500. I don't know where he is, man. I think he got a little nervous in how Jalen played.
Is that what it is?
Open.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's something to do with that. All right. Hey, dude, so what are you predicting against the Saints?
I think the Cowboys, I'll say 21-16. 21-17.
21-17 at Arlington.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll see. I'll see you next week, dude. By the way, tell the folks how they can find you, please.
Unlike Dan, I won't be up underneath the rock. Just look for Cowboy Joe Boo everywhere you go. Joe Boo Sports Report, and that's it. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and right here every Wednesday with Dan Selio.
I knew you were going to be like this. I know, look, Doc, get your money. CD got his money. Got a huge win.
Got a win. Everything is,
win on the road.
Unicorns over here.
He's got his Wheaties box behind him. He had his Wheaties. He's ready to roll for the year.
Emmett Smith there, buddy.
Emmett Smith, he's all ready to rock. We'll get Michael. We'll make that thing happen with Michael Irvin too. So,
all right, that sounds like a winner.
All right, brother. I'll see you next week, man.
Peace out.
You got it. That is Mark Holmes. Make sure you check him out on his channel. I don't know what it is, but I gotta defend the Eagles with this guy, and I knew he was going to be there with this. Did you see that smirky cowboy attitude that he had too? It was like this. Look, yeah, we got to win against the Browns.
Listen, hang on. Hold on. I had a hiccup here with the.
It's all good.
Let me get my camera back.
It was on the road.
Here we go. Donald in New Mexico. Shout out to Donald in New Mexico.
We will be seeing
Does this defense have any heart?
No, they suck. I've been telling you all season, Philly.
Shit on you. They've shit on you. Don't you hear me, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter? It's like they shit on you. They've shit on you. They have shit on you. Don't you hear me, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter? It's like